The Columbus City Council meeting for December 5th, 2022 will now come to order in compliance with the Open Meetings Act. Legislative 84-1407, a recurrent copy of this act is posted on the wall in this meeting room. Madam Clerk, would you please, no, I'm sorry, we have some housekeeping to do this afternoon or this evening. We need to welcome all our recently elected councilmen and council members and councilwomen. Three of them having been reelected and one brand new one. With that, we'll welcome Catherine Lopez to our council, and we'll now do an oath of office for all four of them.
Okay, please stand, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. And then please state your name, starting with Council Member Augustine Schulte first.
I, Beth Augustine Schulte. I, Catherine Lopez.
I, Joseph P. Roth, Jr.
I, Richard E. Jablonski,
Do solemnly swear
do
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will
support
support
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Nebraska
and the
Constitution of the State of Nebraska
enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely
mental reservation,
without
without
any
any mental reservation
or for the purpose of evasion,
for the
or
purpose
for the purpose of evasion,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
that I
and that I will faithfully and impartially
perform the duties of a council member according to law
perform the duties of a council member according to law
and to the best of my ability.
and
to the best of my ability.
And I do further swear
And I do further swear
not advocate,
that I do not advocate,
nor am I a member of any political party
Nor am I a member of any political party
or organization that advocates
or an
or organization that advocates
of the government
the overthrow of
the government
of the United States or of this state
of the United States or of this state
or violence,
by force or violence,
and that during such time as I am in this position,
and during such time as I am in this position,
not advocate,
I will not
not
advocate
advocate,
become a member of any political party,
nor become a member of any political party
organization that advocates
or organization
that advocates
of the government
the overthrow of the government
of the United States or of this state,
of the United States or of this state
force or violence.
by force or violence.
So help me God.
so help me God.
Okay.
I welcome all of you. Those of you who have been with us, I welcome you back. And Catherine, welcome to our council. I would tell the council that Catherine likes to go by Cat, so that's not being disrespectful. If you hear me look to her and ask a question, or if any of us want to, she does appreciate being called Cat. With that, we'll move on to the roll call, please.
Bulkley,
Here.
Augustine Schulte,
Here.
Barr,
Here.
Hemer,
Here.
Jablonski,
Here.
Lohr,
Here.
Lopez,
Here.
Roth,
Here.
Schilling. Mayor Bulkley, the roll has been called.
Thank you, Council President.
Our Father, thank you for the opportunity to serve our fellow citizens. Please give us your wisdom and guidance to make the proper decisions entrusted to this governmental body. May our conduct show respect, honor, and courtesy to each other, as well as to all our citizens. Amen. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose red stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. Welcome, everyone, to tonight's council meeting. If at any time during our meeting, anyone in our audience has anything they'd like to talk to us about, we'd invite you to the podium. We'd ask you give your name and address, and we would ask that you leave any comments to 5 minutes or less. We still have some housekeeping to do. We need to move forward with the election of our council president. So we'll do some of this housekeeping now before we move on with our agenda.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to nominate Beth Augustine Schulte as president.
Second.
Okay, we have a nomination of Beth Augustine Schulte as president. Any,
Move the nominations be closed and
okay,
Mrs. Augustine Schulte be elected by acclamation.
Second.
we have a motion and a second to move that nominations be closed and Councilwoman Augustine Schulte be nominated by acclamation. Any discussion? Seeing none, we can move forward with all those in favor signify by aye, those opposed nay. Motion passes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome
Done a
back to
great
the
job.
position.
Thank you for your confidence.
It also makes it very easy. We don't have to move around. You still got everything right there in front of you, so
There you
that's
go.
good. We now will move forward with the appointment of council members to Public Finance and Judiciary and Personnel Committee and the Public Property Safety and Works Committee.
Item 7A, council members John F. Lohr, Rich Jablonski, Beth Augustine Schulte, Troy Hemer to Public Finance, Judiciary, and Personnel Committee, and council members Charlie Barr, Brent Roth, Ron Schilling, and Kath Lopez to the Public Property, Safety, and Works Committee. The mayor's appointment, or there's a recommended motion there.
Mr. Mayor, I move that your appointments for council members John F. Lohr, Rich Jablonski, Beth Augustine Schulte, and Troy Hemer to the Public Finance, Judiciary, and Personnel Committee, and council members Charlie Barr, Brent Roth, Ron Schilling, and Kat Lopez to the Public Property, Safety, and Works Committee be ratified.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, we please vote. Motion passes. Takes us now to the consent agenda.
Item 8, consent agenda. The following items are considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a city council member or citizen so requests, in which event the item will be removed from consent status and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Item 8A, minutes of the November 21st, 2022 city council meeting. Item 8B, changing the date of the first meeting in January of 2023 to 7 p.m. on Tuesday, January 3rd, due to the New Year's Day holiday. Item 8C, reappointment of Robin Kutzer, Nick Larson, and Gary Pwitz to the Board of Park Commissioners for 3-year terms. Item 8D, reappointment of Chris Dixon to the Northeast Nebraska Area Agency on Aging for a 3-year term. Item 8E, reappointment of Brian Kenwood, Brad Keys, and Dennis Wardine to the Columbus Board of Airport Commissioners for 2-year terms. Item 8F, resolution number R22-144, approving the application of Schmidt Farms Trust for an agricultural deferment of special assessment relating to the Stormwater District number 10, which is south of Armory Drive and Cozy Drive intersection. Item 8G, resolution number R22-145, approving the application of Daniel E. Eschliman and Dorothy M. Eschliman for agricultural deferment of a special assessment relating to the Stormwater District Number 10 south of Armory Drive and Cozy Drive intersection. Item 8H, resolution number R22-146, authorizing payment of various improvement projects. And item 8I, payroll and bills on file. Mr. Mayor and Council, is there anything you would like removed from consent status?
Mr. Mayor, I move that the items on the consent agenda be approved as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Brings us up to new business.
Item 17A, quote from Platte Valley Communications in the amount of $35,778.05 for a repeater for the Joint Communications Department.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the quote from Platte Valley Communications for a repeater be accepted. Second.
I have a motion and a second to accept this quote. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 17B, quote from Motorola Solutions in the amount of $160,565.20 for radio upgrades for the police department.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the quote from Motorola Solutions for radio upgrades be accepted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to accept the quote for the radio upgrades. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay.
We're on the wrong, highlighted the wrong item.
Which one are we on?
We're on
8B,
We're on B.
17B. There we go.
There it
There we go.
is. Motion passes.
Item 17C, quote from Waves Electronic in the amount of $11,400 for LED lights at the Aquatic Center.
Mr. Mayor, with a quote from Waves Electric in the amount of $11,400 for LED lights at the Aquatic Center be approved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve this quote. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 17D, purchase of 3 vehicles through Nebraska State bid contract in the amount of $151,692 for the police department.
Mr. Mayor, I move the purchase of 3 vehicles from the Nebraska State bid contract be approved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the purchase of 3 vehicles through the Nebraska State bid contract. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes, and before we move on, we've got a lot of people in the audience, just so you do understand, you know, we just spent a lot of money, and nobody asked any questions, but so you recognize the information that comes out to the council before meetings is full of the nuts and bolts of what makes that either a good or a bad decision, so all the support material is there. If a council member has a question, they ask, and if anybody in the audience would have a question, they could ask. The reason so many of these things move forward, though, is the support material has been given, answers have been got for questions that people might have had. So it's not like we just go, okay, move on. We do have reasons for what we're doing here. All right, we move on to
17E,
Sorry.
request for, no, you're fine. Request for professional consulting services for renovation of Memorial Stadium, Pawnee Park, and Girard Park.
Mr. Mayor, I move that staff be authorized to advertise for professional services for renovation of Memorial Stadium, Pawnee Park, and Girard Park.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to put a request for professional consulting for the renovation of Memorial Stadium, Pawnee Park, and Girard Park. Any discussion?
Just for the public, for clarification purposes, I'd like to just say that Memorial Stadium is more of the renovation scope, and then we're master planning Pawnee Park and Girard Park. Not for one major renovation, but for a long-term plan of improvements at those facilities, just for clarification's sake.
Very good. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 17F, comments from the mayor and city council members. In compliance with the Open Meetings Act, no discussion may be held on this item.
Any comments from council members? Councilman Jablonski.
I'd like to publicly welcome our very first-time resident to Platte County, to the city of Columbus in the Great Third Ward. Annabelle Marie Hogue was born this morning at 7:30. 6 pounds, 10 ounces, 17 inches long, and everyone is doing well.
Well, congratulations. Great. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I want to give a shout out to the Columbus Fire Department, Squad B, I was told. They happened to be at St. Bon's School on Friday, just doing some inspecting and some visiting when we were trying to set up for a Christmas program Sunday. We had over 200 folding chairs, and I said, hey guys, want to help? And they said, yeah, sure. So they had it done in 10 minutes, where I and the custodian probably would have taken 2 or 3 hours trying to get them up. But we were really grateful. They stopped the work that they were doing and just set those up for us. They got it done quick, and we were just very, very grateful for their just good nature and their openness to help us out when we asked out of the blue. So thanks, and they did tell me to be sure to let you know it was the B Squad.
Squad B. Squad B.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Any other comments? I have nothing to add this evening other than welcoming, which we've already done. So we'll move on to resolutions.
Item 18A, resolution number R22-147, approving the addendum to the interlocal agreement with Columbus and Platte County Joint Communications Center and Polk County to extend the terms for our dispatch services agreement for 2 additional years.
Mr. Mayor, I move resolution number R22-147 be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number R22-147. Any discussion?
One quick question.
Yes, sir.
What are they paying now, and what are the proposed increases over the next 2 terms? This is in the documentation, but
It is.
for purposes of letting everybody know.
We'll ask Rachel to come forward and she
We'll
can
ask the
explain
director to
it.
give us a summary.
Hi, Rachel Pensick, Communications Director. Currently, they are being charged $150,000 annually. They make it in 2 payments. And for this first extension, we elected to charge an extra 5%, so it would move up to $157,500, and then another 5% for the second year to $165,375,000. And then the terms of the payment schedule stay the same.
Thank you.
Okay.
And this was a great addition, because if you think back, we started this as the Platte County, City of Columbus joint, and Polk County joined us.
Yep.
So it's been a nice addition to the program. Very good. Thanks, Ray. Any other questions for Rachel while she's up here? Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 18B, resolution number R22-148, amending the schedule of fees by adding a golf car to ATV and UTV permit and scheduling increases in $10 increments through fiscal year 2025 and 2026.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the adoption of resolution number R22-148.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution number R22-148. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Brings us up to ordinances on their first reading.
Item 19A, ordinance number 22-30, approving the purchase agreement with Great Plains Bank in the amount of $200,000 for city-owned property located at 2419 14th Street. That is this building. for your information.
Can we stay here until the
Yes.
other one's finished? Yeah,
Yes.
okay, just want to make sure, yeah, okay.
I move that the rules be suspended and ordinance number 22-30 be read by number only.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules and read ordinance number 22-30 by number only. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye, those opposed nay. Motion passes.
Ordinance number 22-30.
Mr. Mayor, I move that ordinance number 22-30 be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance number 22-30. Any discussion?
I would just say for the record that probably about 6 months ago, staff did a request for proposals, and we received 2 to purchase this property. Quite a few inquiries, but 2 proposals, and Great Plains State Bank had a great plan. I don't know if anybody in the audience wants to speak to the plans, but
Not yet. Okay.
But it'll be a great addition to downtown when it gets all done, and just wanted the public to know that we did go through a public process to sell this building.
And before we're done, at some point, we will make you speak to it at some future council meeting.
It'll be a great project for
I
downtown.
guarantee you that.
But it will be, as Tara said, it will be a great addition to our downtown area, across from our community center. It's another thing that's happening in downtown Columbus. So, all right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Item 19B, ordinance number 22-31, amending section 70.015 of chapter 70 of title 7 of ordinance number 05-47 regarding the identification tags for UTVs and golf cars.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the rules be suspended and ordinance number 22-31 be read by number only.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules and read ordinance number 22-31 by number only. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes.
Ordinance number 22-31.
Mr. Mayor, I move that ordinance number 22-31 be adopted.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance number 22-31. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Meeting adjourned. That wasn't so bad.